This is the story of Adira, a story of how a broken spirit can be found and restored by a love that knows no bounds. Imagine this. Adira, having found shelter in an old, forgotten barn to escape a storm, awakens not to the familiar grayness of her despair, but to a breathtaking sight. The rain has stopped. Golden sunlight streams through the cracks in the wooden walls, painting stripes of light across the dusty air. And there, perched in the rafters above her, are 10 pure white doves. They form a perfect circle, their eyes like gleaming pearls watching over her. A gasp escapes her lips, and tears of awe, not sadness, trace paths down her cheeks. In a voice barely above a whisper, she asks, "Lord, what is this?" It's a moment suspended in time, a sacred stillness. Then she feels it. A profound warmth, a presence so powerful it seems to fill the entire barn, radiating from a source beyond the physical world. It's a fire from heaven, touching the coldest parts of her soul. A voice speaks, not with sound, but as a deep, unshakable knowing within her spirit. "You are not forgotten. You are my beloved. Rest, for I am your shelter." The weight of months, maybe even years, of pain and loneliness shatters in an instant. Overwhelmed, Adira falls to her knees on the hay-strewn floor. "Even here," she cries out, her voice breaking with emotion, "in this broken place, you found me. You've wrapped me in your presence when the world wrapped me in shame. In that humble barn, a worship service for one begins. There's no music, no band, no choir. There is only Adira's voice, raw and filled with gratitude, echoing off the wooden walls. It's a song of deliverance, a testament to being found. "Thank you, Lord," she sings, her heart overflowing. "Thank you for not letting my story end in rejection." She doesn't know how long she stays like that, lost in a moment of pure, unadulterated praise. Time seems to dissolve as her spirit connects with the divine. Meanwhile, an old farmer named Elias is walking along a nearby road. He's a man whose life is etched into the lines on his face, a man who knows the land and the quiet whispers of faith. That morning, during his own prayers, he felt a clear instruction from God. Look for someone who needs a home. He didn't know who or where, only that he needed to be watchful. As he walks, a faint sound reaches his ears, a voice, singing with a passion that seems to carry on the wind itself. Curiosity piqued, Elias follows the sound, his worn boots crunching on the damp earth. The melody leads him straight to the old, dilapidated barn. He hesitates at the entrance, then cautiously steps inside, his eyes adjusting to the dim light. He sees her, a young woman on her knees, her face radiant despite the tear tracks. "What are you doing here, child?" he asks, his voice gentle, careful not to startle her. Adira looks up, and a faint, peaceful smile touches her lips. There's no fear in her eyes, only a profound sense of peace. "I'm resting," she replies softly, "resting in the arms of a God who never rejected me." Elias looks at her, truly looks at her. He sees a girl who seemingly has nothing, yet she shines with an inner light brighter than the morning sun. He sees her faith, not as a concept, but as a living, breathing force. And in that moment, something deep within his own heart stirs with recognition. The Lord's instruction from that morning echoes in his mind, clear as a bell. This is it. This is her. A warm smile spreads across his own face. "Come," he says, his voice kind and steady. "You can stay at my farm. The Lord told me this morning to look for someone who needed a home." Adira's eyes widen, another wave of grateful tears welling up. It wasn't just a spiritual encounter. It was a tangible rescue. The God who provided shelter in the barn was now providing a home through a stranger, and so Adira's new life began. Her days were now filled with the rhythm of the farm. She worked alongside Elias, her hands learning the feel of the soil, the weight of a harvest basket. The work was hard, and her hands, once soft, became blistered and calloused. But for every blister on her hands, a deep wound in her heart was healed. The physical labor grounded her, while her nightly prayers lifted her. She was no longer a castaway. She was part of a home, part of a purpose. Every time she saw a dove fly across the sky, she would pause and smile. A secret acknowledgement of the night heaven visited her in a lonely barn. It was her constant reminder: you are seen, you are loved, you are not forgotten. The weeks on the farm turned into months, and a quiet miracle began to unfold not just in Adira's heart, but in the land itself. Elias's farm, which had struggled in recent years, began to prosper in ways that defied explanation. Fields that had stubbornly produced only thorns and weeds now yielded abundant fruit. Livestock that had been prone to sickness suddenly became robust and healthy. The very air on the farm seemed to carry a sense of peace and vitality. People in the nearby village started to notice. They'd whisper amongst themselves as they passed the flourishing fields. "It started when that girl arrived," they'd say. "The girl who came from the storm, she carries something divine with her." The rumors and the praise grew, but Adira never once took the glory for herself. When neighbors would comment on the miraculous turnaround of the farm, she would simply smile her gentle, knowing smile. "It wasn't me," she would always say, her voice filled with a quiet confidence. "It was the one who found me when I was lost in the field." Her story wasn't about her own special ability. It was about the incredible power of a God who specializes in restoration. Adira's journey is a powerful reminder for all of us. No matter how broken the place you find yourself in, no matter how deep the shame or how loud the rejection, your story isn't over. There is a love that can find you in the barn, a presence that can be your shelter, and a plan that can turn your greatest place of pain into a field of purpose. Just like Adira, your testimony might not be for your own glory, but for the glory of the one who finds the lost and heals the broken. Thank you so much for joining me today and letting me share this beautiful story with you. If it touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more inspiring content. We love sharing stories that bring hope and light. Until next time, remember that you are seen, you are valued, and you are never, ever forgotten. God bless.